up, man? Today he dropped like a video of him in like a bodega. Well, he called it a bodega, but like it was
No,
one of those.
those type of corporate looking delis in the city.
Yeah, it was like somewhere in like Soho, and he's like, you gotta get a I gotta get my breakfast of champions, and it's like two like I guess some kind of like Chinese like green tea. Like that's not racial. The shit he put up, it had like Chinese symbols on it. I'm just saying, like he was in a he was in a fucking
Supermarket,
yeah, in like some kind of midtown
market.
like super red. I'm like, there ain't no freaking like bulletproof like
You took my
glass
quote. You took my
glass
quote.
up. There's no Dominican or Arab fella like behind the counter. Like that shit ain't authentic, man. Authentic is like last night me going to my deli, my bodega, and like talking to dude that makes the sandwiches and dude that's at the register, and I'm like, yo, bro, I might be moving a couple weeks, and I'm the only shit I'm gonna miss from over here is you guys is deli, cause and I like I was talking to the guy that made the sandwiches, and I'm like, yo, bro, man, like thank you from the bottom of my heart for making me those BLTs at 4 o'clock in the morning, or if I come in at like 6 o'clock at night, I want like a ham and Swiss on a hero, like that's a real like bodega, and it's just like my shit with like politicians is like I know you're lying to me, but at least like be a better like actor. Like and a couple of days ago he puts out like a video with his wife, and his wife is asking him like questions, and it's weird as hell because it's like, all right, this is your quote unquote wife for 20 years, and like she's asking you like some simple like dumb shit like, oh, Mets or Yankees, and he's like, let's go Mets. Well, that's your problem. And then she asked Knicks or Nets. It's funny because you gotta have a little background. Like the owner of the Nets is like the guy that runs like Alibaba or something like that. Like
No, AliExpress.
some
It's
shit.
like yeah, it's like Amazon, but it's Far East.
Okay, there you go. And like he Josai, that's his name. Tsai. I don't know. I don't care. Um, so that's like his buddy. So he switched teams, and he just shits on the Knicks, and he's
What?
like, oh, like I'm not a Knick fan anymore. They've been losing for too long. Blah 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 blah. And like but in the first part of the video, he was like, I was in the garden for Larry Johnson's 4 point play, and it's just like, all right, dude. So you're celebrating like the year you're like amplifying the fact that you were in the garden the year that the Knicks like literally snuck into the playoffs and made like a miracle run to the NBA finals. You're celebrating that, but the Knicks losing is what made you a Nets fan. Like it's weird.
No, I agree. I was conversing with my brother. Us three, we have very similar bullet points. Whenever something happens, like Suge would send me something, my brother sent me the same thing, and we just like kind of like riff on it. Yeah, but what the whole thing with Yang seemed very. I know we're still in the intro, but like it seemed very hollow and very inauthentic. You said authentic.
Yeah.
It looked like a supermarket. Um, I have stories of like going into a. I always call them delis, but people bodega whatever. I say deli 7 a.m. I've
Yeah,
been up for
deli,
like
bodega, it's all the same, you know what I mean? Corner
I'm like, hey
store.
man, it's like a neighborhood thing. Manhattan has neighborhoods, of course, but a lot of the neighborhoods vanished, and then they turn into sectors of real estate agencies. Like, you want to live here? You want to live in the Clinton? That used to be the West Side. That used to be a Hell's Kitchen. Anyway, so Yang also had a whole thing when he was running for president on the Democratic ticket about talking about WWE with um, the policy of independent contractors. So when he dropped out, when everyone else dropped out, I think they alluded to Yang being part of the cabinet, possibly, and he said one of my goals would be to target Vince McMahon and WWE with their policy of benefits and health insurance for their talent, because the employees get it, but like the talent, but the wrestlers don't get it. So we're also going to talk about today something with and like something came up with a former WWE talent, Lita Dumas. Um, she on her Twitch mentioned something about Vince McMahon, and there was this famous thing that happened. I remember it vividly. I remember watching it. The live sex celebration, right?
Yeah.
So she's saying during the Twitch, she's by herself talking how how we are right now, and she mentioned that she felt forced or she was forced to do it. So we're gonna jump into that as well. That's gonna be part of our discussion today. And then also last week, if you guys were listening, Shoke embarked on a new adventure, and it is The Bachelor. Been on for over 20 years, and remind everyone why you embarked on this new adventure of yours, Bachelor.
Well, because before this year, if you looked at a picture of like the what like 20 guys that came before him, like it was so damn white. I thought it was like, when like it's snowing outside, like real hard. Like if you was like living on a house in like the middle of nowhere and it was like a blizzard and you just look outside and you get like that like a whiteout, like that's
Mm.
what it looks like when you look at the picture of the bachelors. But
Yeah,
they finally got a brother on there, so I decided to give it a look, and I live vicariously. It's like MLB Road to the Show. It's like playing superstar mode. I'm just living vicariously through him.
simulation mode, and it's a winter wonderland when you see the white the white outside. You open the blind. No, I actually am joining Shug on this adventure. I watched episode 2, so I'm in on the loop of what's going on, and I have my own thoughts. So that'll be fun. I'll listen to what you have to say, man, and then because I love reality TV. Um, so I'll jump into that. This is the first one I ever watched either, so it'll be fun to watch.
I didn't get to finish my Andrew Yang rant. I'm just waiting for the next. I joked on Twitter. I was like, the next video he's gonna put out is him eating a chopped cheese, but it's gonna be made out of like bison meat, um, Himalayan goat cheese, milk, and like bread from like that's made from like yeast that was aged from like the Ottoman Empire or some shit like that. Like, and it's just like, yeah, man, real New Yorkers getting a real chopped cheese, and then he's gonna be like, yeah. The video after that is like him, like getting a slice of pizza at his favorite pizza place, Sabaros, like Mike Scott.